Learning game is wrecking your results with women. I'm going to explain why. So the problem that I see today is a lot of guys, they can feel confused when it comes to their dating life, okay? Because you might be in a situation right now where you're fed up of using dating apps, right? You don't want to be outsourcing the future of your bloodline to an algorithm. Maybe you're tired of going to noisy nightclubs, and maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a digital nomad, maybe you don't have the luxury of being able to get women through your social circle. And you stumble upon something called daytime cold approach, right? Daytime approach, being able to walk over to women in the middle of the day, get dates on demand with women who blow your absolute socks off. But the problem with this is this space is polluted by bad actors, okay? If you search for game advice online, usually what it is weird basement dwellers who are telling you you need to pretend to be something you're not to get women who were never made for you in the first place, right? So it's manipulation disguised as game. It's like, listen, learn these lines, learn this routine, learn these canned opens, and then you're gonna have a 10 out of 10 date in life, but you've probably tried this and it's not fucking worked. And the reason why learning game wrecks your results with women is because it focuses on getting you to wear a mask. It's like, I'm gonna say this thing in the hopes that this woman likes me more. And the problem with that is the woman, if it works, the woman will fall for the idea of you rather than the actual you. And what I've found working with over 200 men, many of who followed this outdated prehistoric game advice, the problem with this is at some point, the mask slips. It can almost feel like you're in a relationship with a stranger because this woman, she is not really into you. She's into what you presented, right? But the other problem that guys face today is, okay, if learning game is going to wreck my results with women, then what's the alternative? And then what usually happens is guys stumble across this red pill manospheric space, right? The type of guys who are shouting online saying, oh, if you want to get women, you need to focus on looks, money, status, right? Oh, just focus on yourself, king. Ignore women for years, and all of a sudden, the woman of your dreams is going to magically appear. And what I found to be true is I've worked with over 200 guys now, guys who fit the paper of being high value men, right? My clients, they're in shape, they've got money, they dress well, but their problem is it can almost feel like their internal hasn't caught up with their external. It can feel like when they see a beautiful woman who they want to approach, they don't see it as an opportunity. They can see it as a threat, yeah? It's almost like the higher you climb, the further the perceived fall. Because a lot of my guys are like, listen, I understand my value, I know I'm dateable, but what if my best is still not enough? What if I go out today, every single woman I approach, what if she rejects me? It almost feels like all my work has been for nothing. So the problem with game advice is it makes you weird. The problem with following red pill manosphere advice is it makes you passive, okay? And this is why neither of these things work. And it's the reason why, even though you know you're dateable right now, it's the reason why you're not getting the results with women who you fucking deserve, right? And this is why I created my system, Anti-Game Artistry. And the whole point of this system is simple. It's the understanding that everything you need is already there. It's not about attracting, it's about repulsing, okay? Because when you are repulsive and you show up as you are, rather than as you feel as though you need to be, without the bullshit, without the mask, without the performance, what happens is your women, yeah, the women who are put on this planet specifically for you, they're going to show up, right? This is why I don't believe in the one, I do believe in soulmates. I believe that there are women who've been put on this earth specifically for us, and it's our job as men to find these women, yeah? And this is why for me, the whole game is played by filtering for your fuck yeses, okay? You're not going out into the field to be everything to everybody. You're not going out there to be universally liked, universally attractive. Instead, you're penetrating the world with your truth, with the mentality, this is me, take it or leave it. And this is why old school game advice doesn't work. It's because it forces you to put on an act. It forces you to learn the 10-minute sales pitch, to learn these lines, be the performing monkey. This is why so many guys today feel stuck. And this is why when you are walking out there into the world, you don't want to be attractive. You want to be repulsive, meaning that you repel the women who were never meant for you in the first place. It's kind of like if you imagine a company like Apple, okay? Some people fucking love Apple. Other people fucking hate Apple, okay? So their loyalty is based around division, okay? Apple are not out here trying to market to everybody. Apple have got some people who like them, they've got some people who dislike them. And it's the same with your dating life as well. You don't want to be focusing on trying to convince women who were never made for you in the first place to fall for you, okay? And this is why when I'm working with my guys and they are flying out to meet me in person, I make things stupidly simple, okay? All you need to do today is walk over to women, give them strong, potent, hard-hitting compliments such as, you look incredible, excuse me, you look so good, you look amazing. And then what's going to happen is you are filtering for your fuck yeses, the women who just light up as soon as you walk over there, yeah? The women who play with their hair, they almost make it easy for the date to happen. But the problem is, old school game advice is about, oh, if you have good game, it's about convincing maybe girls to become yes girls. I'm like, motherfucker, I feel as though your life right now is probably busy enough, right? You're probably running a business, you're probably successful in your career, you've probably got so many fires to put out on a daily basis that you don't want relationships to become a second job, right? You want to be able to walk out into your city centre, approach any woman, anywhere, anytime, filtering for your fuck yeses. This is why rejection is so necessary, okay? So many guys today, they have this universal fear of not receiving love from the feminine. They think that if they get rejected, it means that they are universally unattractive. But through the lens of anti-game artistry, you understand rejection is the filter, okay? When I put this content out there online, I understand a big portion of people who come across my stuff, for whatever reason, will fucking hate me, right? For whatever reason, I trigger them in some way. Maybe they see my top 0.1% social ability. Maybe they see me approaching women stone cold sober during the daytime. Maybe they see me making videos in public. And it triggers them, yeah? This is what I've found to be true in life. People want to see you do well, they don't want to see you do better than them because it holds a mirror up to who they could have been. You need to be disliked, you need to be hated, you need to be repulsive, because when you show up as you are, rather than what these weird red pill manospheric commentators are telling you to be, or these low value basement dwellers are saying, oh, learn these lines, bro. When you just remove all of the bullshit, you remove everything that isn't you. You see a beautiful woman, you walk over there, you're like, listen, you look incredible. Your mentality is, this is me, take it or leave it. And you understand you're filtering for your fuck yeses the women who are not available to you, the women who say no, the women who are like, oh, I have a boyfriend, but I really appreciate this. They are self-selecting themselves that they were never your women in the first place, right? You don't want to be in a relationship with a woman who was never your woman, okay? And the final thing I'll say to you is dating is actually piss easy, yeah? When you think that there's 8 billion people on this planet, let's say 4 billion people of those are women, in the grand scheme of things, you only need one. Right? You only need one woman to think you are God's gift to mankind to have an incredible dating life. And what I found to be true with all the successful guys who I've worked with, many of which felt as though they were completely lost, they were completely stuck, they were following some game advice here, some red pill advice here, and they just felt so overwhelmed with all of the conflicting advice. When I sit down with them, whether it's online or in person, I say, listen, imagine your name's Johnny. Johnny, you just need one. Okay? You just want a best friend who you can have sex with. You want a best friend who you can travel the world with. You want a wife-worthy woman who likes you for you rather than the mask you're trying to wear. And this is the beautiful thing about Daytime Approach. With Daytime Approach, you have got an infinite amount of possibilities to filter for your women. So what I would say to you after watching this video is, if you feel lost and you feel confused right now, you feel as though none of this advice is working for you, it all feels overwhelming and conflicting, then what I would say to you is I put a video together, first link below this video, and it's a 30-minute video which outlines exactly what my system is, how it works, who it's for, who it's not for. So if you resonated with any of the content that you've seen so far, I've put together a 30-minute video, first link below this video, it'll take you to my website. You can watch that video and I explain anti-game artistry in depth.